Do you ever wonder how these online millionaires actually make their money and why they're so annoying? Do they sell some scammy courses? Do they sell feet pics? Are they lying? And are they just annoying because they look annoying, or are they actually annoying? Well, in this video, I'm going to break down the entire operation, the entire business model that made me over $1 million online during medical school. So you can literally just copy it and don't even say it. You think I'm a child with a non-existent YouTube channel, snazzy income claim, who already resembles the online annoying young internet guru that you had in your head. I'm not going to sell you anything. I have nothing to pitch you. I have no course that's going to retire your entire bloodline and cure cancer. I just want to explain exactly how I made over $1 million online, step by step, which I spent over $75K on mentors to learn. So you can literally just copy it and buy back your freedom. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to run you through absolutely everything, how we get clients step by step, where we pull these clients from, how I actually manage the team, who's involved, the expenses we incur, the systems that we use, and my personal schedule. This is the actual business I built during medical school, not the business teaching you how to build a business, but I'll get into that. First, the numbers. We pulled in over $1 million, as you can see at the bottom. To be completely transparent, this is more than a year, just over a year. And if you want some cringy Stripe screenshots, there they are for anyone who cares. And if you want to know if we can actually book in calls or not, these are our call booking numbers pulled from our CRM, sales team tags. So that's over 5,000 calls booked in, over 48,000 IGDMs. It's actually quite a bit more than that. This is more than a year's worth of data. And then if you want to see what that list actually looks like, if we keep scrolling down here and here, this could be an endless scroll. There is thousands and thousands and thousands and all of these IGDMs. Lovely stuff. We'd love to see some proof. You might be asking yourself, what do people actually buy? What's the people paying for? They're paying for results, number one, but we have an online fitness coaching service, an info product digital service. We provide meal plans, very, very customized. We have very high level support, one-to-one coaching calls, exercise plans. We have a private application, good community messaging support, education. But the thing is, we get results, and we get results almost every single time. I had a conversation recently actually with a friend in my team, and they asked why we actually have such a strong guarantee. It's because we've delivered every single time. I don't remember a time at all where we've actually had to use the guarantee, as you can see from the endless scroll, the bunch of results, a cool website that we don't actually use. Don't even know if the calendar works, to be honest. But the product is super, super important. Only showing you this so you know why I actually do. Don't care if you joined the program or not, unless you actually need the help, then by all means. Next thing is the leads. How do we take someone from first coming into our ecosystem to giving us money? So that's going to be through systems. Every single system in our business has a standard operating procedure. This is exactly how the business is able to function. Number one, without me, and number two, seamlessly, without anyone having to think and rely on just their own brain. We'll go through the team, the schedule, the mass, the expenses later on in the video. We essentially use a DM setting called booking funnel. They come in through messages, or we reach out, outbound through messages. They get booked into a call is taken, and a call is closed into them becoming a client. Very detailed overview, which I won't go in this video, but I can definitely make another video on if you like, is every single way we bring in leads and how we have processes set up for them to go through the entire process to eventually becoming a client. The optimization around every single step of this workflow is the reason why I was able to do this myself. I did this myself for 3 years straight, and that's how I got good at every single point of this. It was the way I was able to make 20, 30K a month starting out as a brokey in my bedroom. Build this ground up from zero, from just work before I brought people into it, and I'll go through team in just a second. But next, what are these systems that people are able to follow through on without having to use their head and their thinking power all the time? Standard operating procedures, what to do in every step of every role of the company. So I can just go for a random one here. If we pull up any of these, every single person in this role will know exactly what to do. First thing here, a Notion document. We should know exactly what to do in terms of any task. For example, let's take tracking. Here we have a Loom video that we need to watch. In this video, I run through every single step of tracking for everything that you need to know on the sheets that we use. Now, how do these leads actually come into the system for them to be tracked? We use a few different places to source leads from. Our bigger one being Instagram, LinkedIn, also big for us. Meta ads we run into Instagram. We have stuff repurposed and distributed across a few other platforms here. Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat. We also use Go High Level, our CRM, for emails, for confirmations, reminders, nurture sequences. We also do outbound dial, mainly for follow-up and no-shows, to be honest. Also a brilliant place to actually store our leads. We track everything, as you just saw bits and pieces from that sheet before, for organic as well as ads. So the total messages received, inbound, the first calls booked, first calls taken, units sold. We also track the response rate from outbound. So that's when we reach out to someone else. So we've refined the script so many times that it's very, very good at this point for conversions. The DM conversion rate, so the message to first call booked, show rate booked to first taken. We also track the same for second calls, close rate, message to call closed, booked to call closed. And then, of course, the revenue generated, upfront cash collected, the accounts receivable. So people who either split pay and the amount we actually collect off of that in terms of any payments due, re-sign cash collected, and then a bunch of numbers around call closed for call taken, call booked, and per message. So revenue, upfront cash, LTV, and then big numbers, super important ones, cost per acquisition of a client, cost per call taken, cost per call booked, and cost per message. These are really important when we're trying to figure out exactly what we want to spend with advertising and the team return on that. Let's go through the expenses. These are rough averages because, of course, my accountants would absolutely kill me. Roughly, we're spending around 5.5K on advertising per month. These are monthly. 26.5 labor, that's including commissions, bonuses, salaries, all performance-based metrics as well. I've grouped them all together. Of course, we have these categorized in a lot of detail in our breakdowns. Software, we don't spend much. We don't need much either. Overhead, so that's going to be Stripe fees, bank fees, miscellaneous. That's just other stuff on top. Let's say training for one of the team, flight somewhere, which I don't really travel much specifically for business. Everything else is usually personal. So total usually comes up to around 37.5K, which is around 37.5%, which gives us a roughly a 62.5% margin. This was the cost of me not having to actually do much within the business. My eye has actually been off of this business because of some very, very high leverage opportunities. I'll run you through where these actually go with the labor being higher. The advertising not being as much should be higher. We should be scaling with that. This is what I personally optimized for during medical school because I didn't have the time, because we initially scaled with setters before ads as well. But then I had to actually remove myself from certain roles swiftly and get very good at recruiting, managing, onboarding, training with new staff. So what does the team actually look like? This is the main reason why I was able to buy back my freedom to be able to do other things and actually live my life and actually get through uni as well. So first things first, the setter manager manages all the setters. They do a lot of outbound settings, so there's a fair few of them. That's going to be through DMs. We have a dialer as well. We have the closers who take the calls booked in from setters. There's communication between them as well. There are the coaches who get incredible results, very, very skilled, very, very talented. Also, the manager to make sure everything is running smoothly and everyone is happy. Setter managers make sure that the KPIs are being hit. People are doing things that they're meant to be doing. Financial control and finance assistants, accountants. So this is more of like an admin VA person who knows a bit about finances. Financial control gives me all the direct reports so I can actually know what's going on in the business itself. So I have an editor who manages my short form content. Content distribution specialist is a fancy name for someone who posts everything on multiple channels. We have lots of accounts on all different platforms. Social media manager that research a lot of content for me and also post on some of my main accounts to make sure that everything around here is running smoothly. Organic media buyer, someone who started working with recently. They essentially source theme pages for me to collab with as well as create the content. And they have that posted on multiple big theme pages as well to bring in more leads. And the main person that makes sure that I have a life basically acts as my second brain and handles the entirety of the business. So anyone who has any questions around anything at all, go straight to him before they come to me. The only people that have direct access to me are in blue, or I should say these are the people I communicate with most. Everyone can message me, everyone can access me, but they don't need to because everything can go straight through the ops manager. Ops stands for operations. Now, communication from my beautiful team is through Slack. We have multiple channels where everything is very organized and people are able to communicate with each other and everything runs smoothly. Now, my personal schedule, the main reason why I'm able to get anything done, I'll make a separate video on the whole focus, productivity, all that fun stuff. One of the biggest things that's ever helped me with my entire life is tracking every single minute of my time. Every single activity is tracked. I have full breakdowns reports on every single thing I do. An example day of mine: wake up, accidentally check my WhatsApp for some personal messages, which I shouldn't do, update my time tracker. I'll go through these bits and pieces in just a second. Check my Slack. If there's anything in WhatsApp that needs handling urgently, I'll handle that. And then it's just work blocks of important projects that need to get done. And then it's meetings. And then I have a bit of a break. I go to gym somewhere around there. And then I also have another meeting somewhere around there. Go to the gym, go home, go eat. If there's anything else with meetings, I have it around there. Any other bits and pieces that need doing, and then I have all my other personal time. Now, one of the main things that have helped me stay productive, number one, tracking my foods. How I eat very, very much affects my productivity and focus. I'll go through that on another video. An Aura Ring tracks my sleep. I have all the data, so I know where I'm going terribly wrong with sleep, which is quite often. And the gym, one of the biggest things, of course, that keeps me on track and focused. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye.